guys, welcome back to another ranking video, and today we are ranking all of the Beverly Hills Cop movies. Yes, in this series there is 4 movies, and yeah, I've watched them all. They're all on Netflix currently, and the new one, Axel F, is the 2024 version of the 4th movie, obviously, and it is there. We have 4 movies to get through, and I've watched them all individually on the series. If you want to know my detailed thoughts a bit more about them, then you are there. I'm just going to say this from the bat, I didn't like the series overall. They are one-time watches for me, and they will not be pickups, in my opinion. And we will start from worst to best. So it's not going off to a great start. I think they're average movies, but I'll summarise that at the end. So, first movie, in at 4th place, we have Beverly Hills Cop 1 from 1984, and I gave that a 2-star. For me, the movie lacks a lot of character, and it's definitely finding its feet in what it is. I did have a lot of backlash in my review, and I stand by what I say in terms of it is a classic and all that, but when I was watching it, there's things out there that is way better than Beverly Hills Cop. The fact that the first movie even got a second one and a third one, let alone a 4th one 28 years later, is beyond me. Eddie Murphy in the first one, for my opinion, is just not funny at all. I like the concept of, you know, him being based in Detroit and all of that, and then, you know, going to Beverly Hills and betraying his boss. But some of the jokes, for me anyways, didn't land. Maybe it's a time thing, maybe it's because I got no nostalgia with it. It just didn't give me any satisfying moments in my life that I cared about. And you know, I gotta say, it does definitely get better from there, obviously. But yeah, it was a bit of a letdown, and maybe I missed the entirety of the film and the point of it. And I don't know, I just felt like maybe Eddie Murphy was being a bit too aggressive in the movie, or he was being a bit too, maybe the writing wasn't right, or something like that. The first one for me was boring, and also the theme tune of Axel F was played constantly, more than any other film. So yeah, 2-star. In at number 3 then, we have a 3-star ranking for this one, and this is the latest one, Axel F. So this one was slightly better in the sense of I like the look and feel of the movie, but the plot is a carbon copy of numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4. All these films have the same plot, and they're all Axel who thinks he knows best, and he's not listening to anyone, and in the end, Axel's the hero because, oh, we should listen to you. Yeah, this has happened 4 times now, or 3 times before, and you guys still ignore me. And it's that kind of vibe. They also, you know, with a new generation, they're trying to shoehorn in like his daughter's character and like her like boyfriend who's a cop coincidentally, and all of this stuff that they try and shoehorn all these things in. But I did like Kevin Bacon in the film. I thought he was pretty good, and Eddie Murphy's jokes actually were better in this movie than the first one. Well, probably in all of them, to be honest. Maybe that's like a time thing, like a relevancy in terms of 2024. There were some pretty good jokes and stuff in there, and I liked a lot of what he was doing in it. But the plot for me was a carbon copy, and I didn't like the new generation. So next in at number 2, we have the second movie in the franchise. This is Beverly Hills Cop 2, and this one was quite an interesting one in terms of the plot was a little bit different. The actual crime that they were trying to solve was a bit more engaging, a bit more interesting, and it was all involved in this arms dealer. It was like one of the captains in the police has got shot, so he goes back because he's like, I like this captain, he treated me with respect, I'm going to go back and help on the case. So there was good moments there from the sequel point of view, obviously from the first movie, and I really liked that. I really liked the setup of what they were doing there. There was some really good actors and actresses in terms of the bad people, I guess, in the movie. This really tall lady was just insane. I thought she was class. And it was an interesting one. And Eddie Murphy, I guess, was really planting himself in the role a bit more. He felt a bit more comfortable. I gave it a 3.5 star. I just found it to be slightly better. And maybe some of the action scenes were a little bit weak in it, but yeah. So that means at number 1, I actually gave it to Beverly Hills 3, which may surprise a lot of people, but I found this one probably to be the most enjoyable movie out of all of them. They all have the same feel about it, but this one slightly edges it from an enjoyment point of view. I like the plot in this one in terms of the whole theme park aspect of Wonderland or Wonderworld, and you know, they're using this theme park as this cover-up operation for printing money and whatnot. And Eddie Murphy is definitely, you know, a bit more engaged in this movie and a bit more with it in terms of knowing what's going on. I think this one has probably one of the best scripts as well. It does seem to be quite structured well, and some things that may happen at the beginning you kind of remember, and it it picks up towards the end about it. But the weakest thing about this film and all of the other ones really is the action and stuff. They do, you know, there's a lot of you use your imagination, and especially when I was watching the Bad Boys movies versus watching these movies. I've watched the Bad Boys ones recently, and of course they were released around the same era. And Bad Boys as an action film is just totally better. Like the amount of practical effects and the gun shootouts and the drive-by scenes and all that are way better than these films in my opinion. So I'm using that as a compare because obviously I've watched them recently and whatnot. But yeah, there it is. There is number one, Beverly Hills Cop 3. So as I say, in a nutshell, the movies for me weren't fantastic. I did do a video on each individual one there. I didn't like the series. I will not be watching the series again. It's not for me. They're one-time watches. I didn't enjoy them particularly. You know, as I say, the third one was probably the best one, but I wouldn't just buy the third one and not have the entire set. So I'd rather not have the entire set kind of thing. And yeah, I don't understand why Netflix decided to pick it up. Maybe I missed it in terms of, you know, you guys who were born in maybe and grew up in the 80s with these films, maybe, you know, maybe it's a nostalgia thing. But for me, didn't land, didn't enjoy it, and one of those. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. As I said, all of the other videos are there on the channel, and go back and watch them if you'd like. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you are new, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.